What if I told you there's a way to learn any skill so fast it feels like cheating? No more endless frustration, no more cramming, and no more feeling stuck. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share the exact methods that world-class performers, scientists, and even professional athletes use to master skills in record time. Here's the harsh truth: most people spend years learning things the wrong way. They rely on outdated methods like rote memorization, passive studying, or repetitive practice that lacks focus. The problem? These methods barely scratch the surface of your brain's true potential. Think about this. You can spend hours rereading notes or watching tutorials, but unless you're engaging with the material the right way, it won't stick. Our brains are wired for efficiency. They crave connection, understanding, and challenge. Learning isn't about putting in more time, it's about maximizing the value of that time. For example, consider a chess player trying to improve. Instead of memorizing openings or playing endless casual games, they analyze their losses, study patterns, and practice solving specific problems, like endgame puzzles. This targeted approach hones their skills far faster than brute force repetition. Or imagine someone learning a new language. Instead of memorizing long vocabulary lists, they focus on high-frequency words, immediately start speaking with native speakers, and immerse themselves in real-life situations. The key is to actively engage with what they're learning, not just passively absorb it. The tools and techniques to learn effectively are out there for everyone, but very few people know how to use them. They keep spinning their wheels, putting in effort without real progress, and eventually burn out or give up. Today, I'm going to change that for you. I'm giving you a proven roadmap, a toolkit of strategies rooted in science and real-world success. No fluff, no vague advice, just actionable methods you can start using today to learn anything 10 times faster. 1. The art of deconstruction. Most people dive headfirst into learning without a clear strategy, and that's where they fail. They want to learn everything at once, jumping between concepts without understanding what truly matters. This scattergun approach leads to frustration, burnout, and minimal progress. But there's a better way: deconstruction. Deconstruction is the process of breaking a skill down into its simplest, most impactful components. It's what separates amateurs, who dabble endlessly without real results, from experts who focus on the essentials that create the greatest impact. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're learning guitar. A beginner might feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of chords, scales, and techniques out there. But here's the thing: to play thousands of popular songs, you only need a handful of chords: C, G, D, E, and A. By focusing on these foundational elements, you can start playing real music within weeks instead of months. You're not wasting time on complexity before mastering the basics. Or consider coding. You might feel tempted to learn multiple programming languages because it feels like more is better. But here's the truth: if your goal is to build websites, learning JavaScript and HTML will get you 80% of the way there. If you want to work with data, Python should be your starting point. Instead of spreading yourself thin, focus on what directly aligns with your end goal. Why deconstruction works. Deconstruction forces you to identify what really moves the needle. Instead of approaching a skill as one giant mountain to climb, you break it down into manageable hills. These smaller, actionable pieces give you quick wins, build momentum, and keep you motivated. For example, let's take public speaking, a skill that terrifies many. Instead of focusing on being a charismatic TED Talk level speaker right away, start small. Break it down. Learn how to structure a 2-minute speech. Practice speaking clearly and slowly. Focus on making eye contact with one person in the room. Mastering these individual pieces first will make the larger goal feel much more achievable. Grab a piece of paper or open a notes app and write this down. What's your end goal? Be as specific as possible. What's the 20% that matters most? Identify the core skills or knowledge that will give you 80% of the results. By focusing on the right things first, you'll save yourself hundreds of hours and make progress that feels tangible and rewarding. Remember, learning isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things in the right order. The power of microlearning. Here's a myth: you need long, grueling study sessions to make progress. The reality? Your brain learns better in short, focused bursts. This is called microlearning, and it's insanely effective. Research shows that studying in 25 to 30-minute blocks, followed by 5-minute breaks, dramatically boosts focus and retention. It's called the Pomodoro technique, and it works because your brain thrives on structure and rewards. But here's the twist: during those breaks, do something completely different. Go for a walk, stretch, or listen to music. This contrast allows your brain to consolidate information without getting overwhelmed. When I was learning public speaking, I'd practice one speech for 20 minutes, then take a break by watching a comedy clip. The result? My delivery improved faster because I was training with intense focus, but without burnout. 3. Use feedback loops. Let me ask you this: how often do you stop to assess your progress? Most people avoid feedback because it's uncomfortable, but it's the only way to improve quickly. Here's how to create a feedback loop. Perform the skill or task. Get immediate feedback. This can be from a mentor, a peer, or even recording yourself. Analyze what went well and what didn't. Apply those insights in your next attempt. For example, let's say you're learning to write. Write one short article, get it critiqued by someone experienced, and then rewrite it. Repeat this process and you'll improve at lightning speed. And remember that feedback doesn't have to come from people. If you're learning chess, use an app that analyzes your moves and suggests improvements. The faster you correct mistakes, the faster you grow. Layered learning. Learning isn't about stuffing random facts into your brain, it's about making connections. This is called layered learning, and it's how you retain information long term. Here's how it works. Whenever you learn something new, link it to something you already understand. For example, if you're learning to cook, think of it as chemistry, combining ingredients in the right ratios to create a reaction. Or if you're studying physics, relate it to sports like how angles and velocity affect a basketball shot. Your brain loves patterns. By creating mental hooks, you make it easier to recall information when you need it. Use the flow state. I already did a video on what is the flow state and how to achieve it. When you're in flow, your brain processes information faster and more deeply than at any other time. So protect that focus like it's gold. There you have it, 5 powerful science-backed strategies to learn anything 10 times faster. Now it's your turn. What's the next skill you want to master? Share it in the comments below. And remember, the only limit to what you can learn is how you approach it.